No position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Graves. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after your quarterback, and they try to get that sucker on the ground.
They needed a big play, and they got it, and the foot down for the first down. Kentucky right back to the line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. And the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. Defense couldn't quite hold its water, and it'll be 5 free yards for the O. Offense set on first down. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Just going to keep it after the snap. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Got his man quickly. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. On 4th down, going to the air. Converts on 4th down, still going. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Touchdown, Wildcats. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be danged, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Scanning the field, it's Browning. Gets rid of it. Got his man on the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Got the quick pass. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. He knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Power football with the run. Fights off a defender. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Right back to it. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Alabama quickly back to the line. Wants to throw on 3rd. Quickly complete. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down, as they've got a first at the 32. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but
he's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Taking it the other way. At the 20. Touchdown, Kentucky. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the 1st quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
Not a chance he lets that one go. He's bringing it out. He'll go out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
Un-fucking-real. That might have been my cleanest user pick I've ever had in my life. On remote play. Come on.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, the ground game. He stopped at the 32-yard line, not enough for the first down. Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's going for a big play downfield. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Man, 1st half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Keeps it on the bootleg. Lets it fly. Got his man all by himself. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Wildcats! No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Let's see what he can do with the return. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Plows through the defense. And he moved it slightly forward. Defense played it well.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. The lone back's got it. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. And eventually taken down, but what about that spin move? Gives him the first down yardage. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
On the run, it's Cook. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Dropping back, it's Browning. Looking to get it in. Give him 6. Touchdown time. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into it.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Coming out with it, it's Graves. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3. Breaks into the open. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Wildcats want to move quickly.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Look out, he's got room. Still on his, and another, and runs through another one. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Under fire. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
Needing to move the chains, here comes Kentucky on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Kentucky! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in, because defensively you're giving up points, so it's not like...
There he goes! And he's brought down after a huge completion. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Well, you've seen the last 2 plays now. This guy's versatility. You've seen why he might be playing on Sundays in the not-too-distant future. This guy can catch the ball. He's a big part of their passing game, and he's a weapon and a guy that this defense has got to be ready for.
They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bama!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So after getting into the end zone in that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Graves. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Now on the move. Past the 1st down marker and still running. He's running free down the middle. Past the 20. Touchdown, Wildcats. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Give to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. It's Browning. Under fire. Well, it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his man. It's Sampson. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits. Kentucky now operating in the red zone. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Looking for space to the left. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he finds his way out of bounds real close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
You want to stress a defense? Get the quarterback outside the pocket right now. Really good job running the bootleg to the left, getting the quarterback outside of the pocket. He can chew up ground.
Touchdown, Kentucky! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a man, it's Browning. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. It's caught. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Alabama quickly back to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking down the middle. Got him downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. To the air on 1st down. Bringing the heat. Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Alabama!
Well, let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally scored. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. He'll pull it on the read. And some room to work. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. It's a draw. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Dropping back, it's Frost. It's complete to the left. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
And an empty backfield here on 2nd and short. Dances away. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
They'll try to get it through the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Graves. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Took a shot as he threw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman-caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the...
Turning it on! They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. This is a designed run. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that is a perfect job by the offense, executing that 2-minute situation. The quarterback was really in charge and focused, made sure that all the right decisions were being made with respect to execution and the clock. This is something you practice all season long, and they execute the 2-minute perfectly here at the end of the half.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to throw, it's Browning. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Might be changing the route. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to...
Lets it fly deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity for this quarterback and this offense.
Makes the catch. It's Sampson. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
Looking to throw, it's Browning. Finds his big tight end. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game day.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Now on the option, the pitch. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Got his man out of the backfield. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got an open man. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A run for the quarterback. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
The give on the option. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now, with a nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Back to the ground game on the left. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Here's the handoff. Runs into a wall. They'll give him 1 out to the 8. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Kentucky has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Leaves it with the back. He stopped short, and it's 4th down.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Frost. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this score.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, and most QBs will tell you it starts from the waist down, and the feet have to be tied really well with the upper body and with the mechanics. And you can tell, drifted a little bit there. Because of that, inaccurate throw.
And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Well, third down, they tried to run the football thinking they could catch the defense off guard. They were able to get some yards, not the first, though. So now you've got fourth and very short. And what do the analytics say to do here, head coach?
They'll run play action. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Kentucky will come to the line with a 1st and goal. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. First and goal for the offense. Defense showing blitz here. A first down run in the red zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 flash today. Michigan is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ann Arbor for a long time. They're up by 29 over Illinois. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this Big Ten battle.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Hey, a lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. The give from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've got, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8.
Might be there. Rambo.
From the gun. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?